Hello, everybody. We're back. What's going on, man? I hope you guys forgive us for that. YouTube, of course, they gave us a little. It wasn't a strike, which I'm great. I'm very grateful for. It's not a copyright strike, which is great. They just basically just said, oh well, you're using content that's blocked in certain countries, and so I guess it must have been either the Magnum PI intro song or I guess that war prank stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. But we're back, man, and here we are, man. So yeah, that shit was hilarious though, them pranks, man. Them pranks are crazy. Dangerous but crazy.
Dude, I'd kill my wife, man. I would kill her.
I would never do that to my husband. I would never do that. You know, I'm meaner to my sisters and my brothers than I ever.
I think the worst I do to my wife is fart in the bed.
Oh man, that's especially like in the winter and
Yeah.
nobody wants to get out the covers and you just let an anemic fart out, bro. That shit is fucked up, bro.
Well, the always good thing is if your hands are cold,
Yeah.
down their shirt. That's always nice. It's like, well, get your what the
Yeah, that shit. Or your cold ass feet. Put your cold ass feet on their back and shit in their legs.
I've done that. I have done that it's because he was warm and I wasn't. And he's like, "Will you please stop it?" I'm like, "Okay, let me rest my feet between your calf muscles because I'm cold."
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, fine." And then we got an electric blanket, and we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, that shit is awesome. I love electric blankets.
And then he turns his on to about 1,000. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, and so I'm like trying to get away because I don't want to melt. And he's like all wrapped up like my nose going. I'm like, Rudy, really? I'm the one that gets cold in 65 degrees in Hawaii, not you. Why are you? This is weird.
That shit is hilarious.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Anyway, so what are you talking about, guys? Since we're live.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna start. I'm gonna let John start the topics off, man. What would you like to start off with today, man? Let's get into some asses here, man.
Well, the topic that I've so been wanting to just go on because MAIZE is living it up there. Ilan Omar, man, the terrorist bitch that we have sitting in Congress right now, man. She is being investigated finally for 8 different felonies. 8. Not 1, not 2, but 8 felonies.
Damn.
Immigration fraud, bigotry, all sorts of different frauds.
Whew.
And hopefully we're going to have this chick out of office soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I find fascinating is that the Democrats aren't even trying to stop it.
Yeah.
At all.
I think that Pelosi's like, she needs to go.
Yeah.
Big time.
So-
Big
But
time.
what's scary is now douche Cortez herself, she wants a Senate seat instead of, her rep seat. And
Yeah.
she's threatening to primary Schumer for his Senate seat.
Oh, he'll crush. He'll kill her. They will find her floating face down in the river. That's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, that guy's so in deep with everybody who's wealthy in New York who doesn't have any. Oh my God, no. That's actually you're going to primary Chuckles. Go ahead. We'll see you later. Okay. And she's getting primaried in her own district.
She has like 12 people coming out that's going to run against her. It's going to be like 8 Republicans and 4 Democrats, that are coming out against her. So
yeah, she's run her course.
Oh yeah.
They're now really getting mean. And I'm not talking about the Pelosi's so stupid. She doesn't even know anything.
yeah.
I'm talking about the Schumers, the God, what is the majority whip or leader's name? Shit.
Who- Fucking Shift
Shift and
No,
Nadler.
Nadler.
no, it's not Nadler. It's he's from Maryland. Big white hair guy. I couldn't stand him when I worked up there. You could just tell he was scum. Those guys are very let's put it this way, quid pro quo, corrupt Democrats, and they don't like having any asshole upset their apple cart from either side. Okay, they're pissed off at Trump because Trump is going, well, you're corrupt and you're corrupt. Oh, you are too. You know what Cortez is doing is she's coming from the left saying, you all suck, you all just suck, and I'm going to do better. You know, goddamn, you know, with their freaking mule teeth. And yeah, they don't want her around. That's why she's being primaried by Democrats.
Yeah.
Because they got a bunch of guys that play the game. They're like, I'll take her out. You know, I'll take the bitch out. I don't think the only one that'll probably end up still there until she gets herself in trouble is Rashida Tlaib.
I can't stand that chick, man.
That's the one I hate the most.
Well, he's being investigated for 3 or 4 different felonies right now, too.
Uncle fucking. She's getting investigated for uncle fucking under the Constitution of the United States of America.
Is that Rashida Tlaib?
Yeah.
No, that's let's see. Omar's got 8 felonies she's being investigated for, and Tlaib has like 3 or 4 felonies that she's being investigated for.
Yeah, they're all gonna be kicked out. I mean,
yeah.
I think Tlaib is almost worse because she's so. Oh, she's like the Beast of Buchenwald, only smaller.
She's fucking horrible. I can't stand any of them. Any of them. And Ilhan Omar, like I said before, I say it all the time. I love saying this. She looks like fucking E.T. You know what I mean? And, you know, on the bike with Elliot and shit when he went over the moon, you know? She looks just like, you know, and fucking Maxine Waters, Calabas herself, you know, from the first Clash of the Titans, not the second one, the first original Calabas looking dude with the afro, that's her. Then you've also got fucking Tales from the Crypt Pelosi, okay? Fucking hyena facing Adler. Fucking alien bug-eyed dildo in his ass fucking Shift. All these guys, man, I tell you right now, all these guys, we want to see them go through something, but, you know, the positions they hold are going to avoid, you know, just basically, it cancels all that shit out.
Well, Adam Schiff, to me, reminds me of an eraser on top of your pencil. That's what he looks like, man.
Pencil neck.
Yeah.
Adam Schiff looks like a pedophile to me.
Yeah,
he does, man, big time. He looked like a.
There, but you know, his biggest fundraiser was the one that there kept being young black men dead at his house with I think it was meth.
Wow. Yeah.
And told a gay guy, you know, and I mean, Schiff is gay. Yeah, he's gay, and that's I don't care if he is or not, but you know. He's, you know, nothing would surprise me. It's really funny. The ones that are loudestly screaming about Trump are the ones that have the most to hide.
Yep.
And Trump was always the sober one in the room with those people.
Yep. He's fucking Kevin Spacey gay.
Well, hell, we need to get rid of Kamala Harris, dude.
Oh, yes.
You want to talk about corrupt? I mean, that's as corrupt as it gets.
Big time.
Sorry, I said the bad word.
Matt.
She's just, I mean, she's just, I call her Cammy Blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's big time. Kamala Harris, I call her cum sucking Kamala Harris. I mean, come on, bro. That's Brown's side piece, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody knew. I mean, I'm glad she left so early because she wasn't going to be a very good you know, a very good, how do you say that? I can't get the word out. She just wasn't gonna look good, man, you know, running for president, and nobody was gonna take her seriously. You know, she basically was gonna, her being up there was basically gonna you know, fornication within marriages and shit like that. You know what I mean?
you know,
Well, she's just
Bad
I mean,
example. Bad example.
They chased her out right away because they knew that. I mean, Trump would bring that shit up too. By the way,
Trump would destroy her.
I mean,
I
he
mean,
was
could you see them on the debate stage together? Trump would just utterly
going to
destroy
destroy
her.
all of them. I mean, you know, even if the Bidens don't end up testifying, you know, he's going to destroy them no matter what.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's very interesting to me what that is going to look like. They don't have a viable candidate. They don't have a leg to stand on with this bullshit impeachment. And you know, McConnell already gave Trump's lawyers a way out to dismiss it.
Yep. Yeah. And you know, look, these articles. First of all, Trump was never impeached. Okay, he's not impeached now. He wasn't
No.
impeached then. She
No.
hesitated to actually give these papers in. Now all of a sudden, there's somebody that's coming out of the fucking woolworks, right? That are like, oh, Giuliani did this, Giuliani did that. Listen, they have a very powerful fucking team, man. Did you see the president's fucking defense team?
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Seculo alone is gonna eat their fucking asses.
Oh yeah. Well, but here's the deal. McConnell already said, and Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, who's drooling to rip these people apart. You can't call witnesses you didn't call during the hearings. We're not going to call them.
Yep.
But you can't call Joe Biden. We're the Senate. We can do whatever we want.
Exactly. And why are they so adamant about hiding Joe Biden? I mean, you know why? Because all that trails into this son of a bitch. Everybody's name is connected to Biden because Biden was feeding everybody as soon as he got the Ukrainian sector by Obama and put him in charge of that. That's when he fucking started these slush funds and just started fucking everything up.
Yeah,
it's a wave. It's like, okay, you get this, you get that, and it all spread out to these guys. And I'm more than sure that he was definitely funding the Clinton campaign. Definitely.
Well, he was, you're sitting there looking at this. I want to tell you guys, sitting there looking at this, and can you imagine Trump at a cocktail party?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And going, the guy has a memory, so okay, that's it. We're gonna do this, 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 and this. There's a reason why he ran for president, and it wasn't not to win. It's because he saw what they were.
Yeah.
Wanted to stop him. He knew he was never part of that. It's disappointing. I don't know about you guys, but it's disappointing to me to see Ron Howard get hit with pictures of him with President Trump golfing and now crying about what a creep he was. It's like, you look pretty happy there.
Listen, I got to give Vince Vaughn his kudos.
Yeah.
Okay. He went over and shook President Trump's hand, and all of a sudden, this fucking PC generation wanted to cancel him. Fuck that. Vince Vaughn is one of us. I'm happy. You know what I mean?
I find it absolutely ridiculous because, no matter if you like President Trump or not, he's the president of the fucking United States.
Yeah, respect needs to be given. Like, what the fuck?
And Vince Vaughn, I've known he's been a libertarian for a long time. My friend Lee Scott used to hang out with him. Long stories, just hilarious stories. Things that would make you go,
what the fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, but Vince is a good guy. There are a lot of people who are keeping their mouths shut right now that are not jumping in to the fray, and it's interesting to me. I don't mind if you're a movie star and you have a cause. You want to save the environment, okay, fine. Peace be with you. God bless. But when you start personally turning it into a crusade and attacking people,
that's game over. Yeah, it turns into something else. It turns to a different platform after that.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you.
No,
I'm done.
Yep.
But anyway, so we got, but this impeachment thing is going to be funny. I mean, McConnell's just like, what'd you doing this for?
Yeah, and then I'm listening to this fucking Tales of the Crypt ass in the face like I'm listening to this woman come out and actually lie and say that, oh, we're just fighting for the Americans and their rights and the Constitution of the United States of America, bitch. If this is what you were really doing, you fucking cheese face bitch, this shit it wouldn't be going this way. You would be cooperating with the American people, understanding that 64 to 67 million Americans voted Trump into fucking office, and you're actually telling us in our face with all this bullshit, you chose the wrong one, you're gonna pay for it. And look what happened. Trump already knew. See, this is why people got to give him his fucking kudos. Trump already knew that they were gonna try to fuck with us with our money. So what did he do? Tax season. Everybody, tax season's coming. This is where you're going to see Trump's arms stretch to every American, where this time when you go to the voting polls, don't forget that motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you guys, if we go Dem, it's a wrap.
Well, like I said in the chat, a few days ago, Trump is a genius because they've been trying to impeach him since day one that he got in office.
And he knew it.
Yeah. And
yep.
You see with the past election, he did not focus on helping anyone in the House. He helped to bring more seats into the Senate, so that the Senate would have absolute control because of shit like this.
Yeah, he knew it because, and also that off-season elections, people don't vote. I mean, guys, if you're not American, Mala, if you're here, whatever, Americans do this. Every 4 years, we all run out to vote. Every 2 years, when we should do, because the House changes, we have to vote for a House, the House of Representatives. We stay home with our thumbs up our asses.
Yeah.
No, I voted. My congressman won by a wide margin.
Mine did too. We got a Republican in there that won by like 85% of the vote. So
I'm going to tell you right now, the only time I did not vote was for Obama when he went for second term. I refused. I
voted for Romney, and I think, like I said before, you guys know this, when Romney proved that he was a coward and a chicken shit, when Benghazi came up in the second debate, I was looking at Candy Crowley, save me.
I was about to say, I could not vote for Romney with a good conscience. I couldn't do it.
I had to, because I mean, after what it was after Benghazi, and Romney wouldn't go for the jugular. He pulled a McCain.
He don't know how to.
Well,
I think
he don't want to.
I
He's
think
making
he's just
money
as corrupt, but in a different type of corruption.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Here's the deal: there are people wealthy enough in the world. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter who's in charge. They will always make money. Mitt Romney, Michael Bloomberg, and others. Mitt Romney's pissed off because he didn't win the presidency. I go back to the second debate and said, you would have won it if you'd have brought up Benghazi and crushed him with it.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have showed him looking like the little homo that he was.
Hell yeah.
And you didn't. I'm watching it going, me and the doctor, my husband walked in and goes, what happened? I go, Romney is ridiculous. He has a vagina. You can't walk away from that shit.
The thing that killed me, where I about fell off my couch in embarrassment, was when Obama bowed before the Saudi king.
Oh my God, yes, bro. I was so pissed off.
I was so, because we'd been Obama-fied for 4 years. So I was so like, yeah, whatever. That. But let's beat him. We put Romney, and it was because Republicans always go, well, it's your turn now to get beat by the Democrat, but we'll still be fine.
Right.
That's not how it works. Not for us. And this is what pisses me off. I'm calling out Hugh Hewitt. I'm calling out every never Trumper I know. Why is it Donald Trump is doing everything that your candidates always said they would do?
Yeah.
And you put him for it.
Well, I've been out of office for a few years. Let me kneel down and lick your balls.
Because why? And now you suddenly realize they were never sincere.
Well, hell, can you imagine if Warren actually gets in office, I mean, she is a liar beyond liars. I mean, she has been caught lying over and over and
Oh,
over.
man.
Here's how you do somebody like Elizabeth Warren, because I guarantee you she's got a personality disorder. You poke her to overreact.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the political ads make themselves. You just sit back.
Yep.
I mean, they've got, I know that Trump has got people already working on ads for every one of these people and ideas with a list of what they can do and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Biden's ads, what county, what state am I in?
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Iran, Iraq? I mean, that's, Warren, to start freaking out on people.
That's
Bernie, just, with his hair, look at
he looks crazy.
Fucking mad scientist.
He looks like one of those. He looks like one of those guys that just got out the coffee shop and he's got a donut stain on his fucking suit and shit, and coffee stains, and on the side of his mouth he's got muck and shit. He looks like
he looks like he's about one centimeter away of having a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you exactly. Look, these are the big guns. These are the biggest guns that the Dems have, and Trump is just gonna straight up Godzilla, King Kong, their whole shit. Check it out. They've got. Yeah, go ahead, Mace. Go ahead.
You're not correct. I do not have
Mace?
a foot in the grave. I have 2 feet in the grave, and that's the way it will be.
Okay.
He
I
did.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear Mace?
No.
Holy shit. She can't hear you. Bernie, she can't hear you. Bernie, you can't repeat what you just said.
I'm going to exit out and reload the piece of shit StreamYard.
He said he's going to reload the piece of shit StreamYard.
Okay.
So, I wanted to say that the biggest guns are it's fucking, you've got Joe Biden and then you've got Bloomberg that they're hoping, right, that he can actually just get in there because but what's funny here is they keep mentioning Hillary Clinton just to shake us in our boots. The bitch brings no fear. But these are the two major guns. Now, I'm expecting Bloomberg to pull the fuck out soon.
What's going to happen, I think, is they're going to go to a brokered convention, and it's going to be probably Biden picking Warren or, one of the other lesser lights to run with him.
Yeah.
And Trump and Pence are just going to rip them apart.
Yeah.
Brokered convention would be fucking hilarious, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had a broker convention, I think in 1964 when Goldwater won, right? And if you know anybody who actually had to go to that, was a delegate, the stories they tell are just hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Republicans fighting on the floor and a floor fight, and it'll be. So get ready for that one. I mean, a broker convention. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that, But I'm not worried. What I'm worried about is something happening to the president. Hey, Maze.
You with us, Bernie?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
I can't hear him.
She says she can't hear you still.
And she might need to reload.
I got my thing turned up all the way too.
Yeah, he says that you might have to reload.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear him fine.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll go and I'll come back.
All right. Cool.
Fucking iPhone.
I know, right?
Because she can't hear
me. You should have got an Android. Yeah. So
Windows
should have got
is the one to do.
Should have got Windows. But oh shit! There it is, guys. There it is. Oh shit!
Everyone.
Okay, say.
Hey, good. Maze, can you hear me?
We're just going to grab all this pussy, okay? And cookie, pussy.
Hold on, John. Maze, say something, Maze.
Something.
Okay, there you go. I can hear you.
What I
All
was
right.
saying to you, Stephanie, was that you're wrong. I do not have one foot in the grave. I have two.
I could do Hillary Clinton. Whoa, 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 whoa. You guys got to listen to the there's a great I don't know if you guys remember the old the DJ Greaseman, and he did a Hillary Clinton thing where she's screaming at oh God, John, where she's screaming at where she's screaming at
Everything
people.
is perfect.
It's fucking hilarious. Not just you can hear screaming in the background, but Hillary, blah blah blah, wah wah wah. I mean, Rudy plays it a lot, and it's funny as shit.
Hmm.
I mean, it's funny as shit. I mean, and it's her. You know that's what she does. You know it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Yeah.
I just feel that the big guns, anybody, look at, why do you think Michelle Obama does not run or did not run? Because her husband fucked this country up to the point that the exposure was going to happen. The moment Trump said we're cleaning the swamp, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think that envelope that everybody was passing around with the Democratic Party within Bush's fucking funeral? What do you think that envelope was? That envelope was the agenda. The agenda was everybody is to go against Trump because if he runs for office, he's going to expose a lot of shit. And the people that have been bridging our money together, guys, and they're gonna give our names and they're gonna go to jail. We're not, but we're gonna be broke. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
But I will tell you exactly why Michelle Obama will not run for office. Because America is afraid of a woman that has a dick. That's why Michelle Obama will not run for office. Because Michelle Obama has a dick.
All right. What
America
mask
is
is
afraid of
that?
that.
Is that supposed to be? Is that John McCain?
No, it's Trump.
What is that? It's Trump?
It's Trump.
Okay. All right. I guess I can see it. Okay. I'm like, okay. All right.
And I can attest to that. I've had it in my ass.
You know, every time I look at Bernie, I think old hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Very old hippie. You know, one of the guys that you bring home to your parents from college, and your dad would be like, "What the fuck is that?" You know? I mean, seriously, because my dad did that a lot. I think my sisters. Then my new boyfriend.
No.
You
Kind
know,
of guy. It's the kind of guy where you don't even have. So, what are your intentions toward my daughter? It's more like,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
he'll
have her home by 8.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Have her home by 8 o'clock, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care
An
if she,
hour ago, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care if she is a doctoral, doctorate student. Get her ass home like yesterday.
I see
No.
Mayo said all the money the Clinton's daughter has made, I think it was from the Clinton Foundation. It was from the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
And something, if you want some good reading, Mela, look up on Google Clinton body count.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of
All right,
shit has
guys.
been happening.
Oh yeah, a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
The Green Bay Packers, my former football team, because I don't watch the NFL anymore, are getting their asses kicked. I'm embarrassed. Let's see. Ilan Omar is under investigation now. Finally, the Senate is about ready to drop kick this bullshit out. Let's see. General Soleimani is still dead, and the Iranian government is looking pretty shaky right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And what's his name? The Iranian leader is still chanting "Death to America" while everyone's trying to fucking put a bullet in his head right now.
Yeah, like what a bunch of dicks. Like how do you you're wrong in the first place, and this is what you get for fucking trying to respond with fucking missiles and you shoot down a fucking plane.
Yeah.
What a bunch of fucking idiots.
Did you see the tweet war he had with Trump?
Yeah, no.
Twitchy actually had it up. After during Soleimani's funeral, like during the first part of the unrest, President put out in the usual, the American people stand with you. You are the rightful blah, blah, blah. You blah, 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 blah. And Khomeini is like on Twitter, rah, at him. And he comes back and he goes, the Iranian people should, he basically said there should be people watching to see that rights aren't violated, la, 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 la. And that was interesting because that was the tweet that Mark Hamill was trying to jump into.
Yeah.
I called him out for it, and then I think he deleted his response
Mm.
because he looked like an idiot because he's jumping basically in the middle of two world leaders yelling at each other.
I think you're taking this Luke Skywalker shit a little bit too far. Like, what the fuck, dude?
You know, quit being a douche. You know, and
shut up and be Luke. You know.
Yeah. Khomeini never said a word back. He never said a word back.
Yeah.
I'm like watching this going, that was interesting. I mean, what I think he's probably told, don't engage the president of the United States in a Twitter war.
No.
The leader of Iran, for crying
He's
out loud.
from New York. He eat your fucking beans, man.
Yeah, I mean, he, you know, and he's the greatest troll that ever lived.
Oh, there we go.
I mean,
All right. Oh yeah, he had bitches clapping in white, and he's just standing there like with a smile, like, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, clap, you fucking bitches. You want to kill children? Yeah. Look at these fucking. That's
go. What you should do is go to twitchy.com because they have the whole article. It's funny AF.
yeah. It's okay. You can curse. I'm not monetizing this.
It's funny as fuck. I mean, it was just, Trump said the second thing, Khomeini went silent. Oh, I trolled the Ayatollah. I did.
You know what's so funny though? I can't believe that son of a bitch has a Twitter.
I couldn't believe that.
What in the most communicative fuck is going on in this world? You got world leaders going at war with, but you know what? I'd rather them have war over Twitter than fucking play fucking Risk. You know what I mean? In real life and just.
There is a song by this band, this dirty country band used to be called Boley and Wilson. They probably don't ring a bell to anybody because they were native to Texas. It was during the Carter administration. It's called Khomeini Bite My Weenie. I'm gonna play it one day soon on the stream because nobody knows it. It won't even get copyright tagged. But like basically, it still applies today. It's the same logic. You know, just I'll pay $3 for gas. You can shove your oil up your ass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like we don't even really have to be there. Really.
Nope.
Our interests in the Middle East have shrunk to nothing. And really the only thing that we have to do is worry about is Israel as our ally.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, and that's really, it's a debt of honor.
Dude, I'm telling you, Israel don't play.
Well, here's the funny thing. They
freaking-
have permission to fly over Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
The Saudi, and I have a friend who hates the Saudis. He's Muslim. He hates the Saudis. And I look at him and go, that's fine. Go hate them. I'm not happy with them either. But when I look at who sponsored terrorism in the world, the Iranians have always been the fucking worst ones on the planet.
Mhm.
You know, I'll never forget the hostage crisis and how upset I was.
Shoot. Israel, you shoot a rocket across the wall into Israel, right?
Yeah.
Something small. Israel comes back with 15 F-15s, bombs the shit out of you, decimates everything, and that's Israel's response to Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've been fighting since the beginning of time.
Oh, they were probably, their Air Force was probably more ready than ours last time around. They probably couldn't wait.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, and now they've got two full squadrons of F-35s.
Yep.
And we've got squadrons of F-35s there. Damn well there's more than one squadron of Raptors there.
Yep.
Right. And Iran still flies the F-4 Phantom.
Yep.
that story I sent you guys about those two Iranian F4s who were following that drone,
That
and all of a
see,
sudden they hear that voice from underneath them.
that's what my dad flew.
You really ought to go home now. And
Yeah.
as an American flying in a Raptor, they didn't know he was there.
But see, that's what my dad flew. My dad flew the F4, and he used to tell me that thing was like flying a bus. You know, he's like, imagine flying a bus that does Mach 3 and then trying to turn in that thing, and you can't turn. That thing, you make wide angled turns, you know.
When my dad was in the service in Thailand, he changed black boxes on them. Their nickname for the F4 was the Flying Brick.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry again. God.
Bless you. God bless you.
This is,
But I mean, they were super damn fast if you flew in a
Yeah.
straight line.
Yeah. Yeah, but an F4 Phantom, which is what, 60-year-old technology
Yeah.
against a Raptor?
The,
And all the
the Iranians have, this is what bothers me, and I mentioned it before, they have a squadron of our F-14s. The F-14s over in Iran are the reason why the Navy deactivated the rest of the fleet over here, because they don't want them getting a hold of the parts and being able to fix them anymore. So
Yeah,
that's why
right.
you'll never see one fly on an exposition here, you know, just for fun, like an air show,
Right.
history
Right.
purposes. So
which
thanks, Ram.
which
Yep.
is too bad, because the only time I ever went to the Oshkosh Air Show, we were watching an F-14. I think it was a Wildcat, Navy fighter, old one, World War II. They're flying together, and the F-14 went straight up on its tail and went up, disappeared. Cool. We watched the warbird do its thing, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, right over our heads, the F-14. It was like Maverick was there. And
The 14, it was an okay interceptor jet, but the problem is that thing, it was huge. It bled infrared signature like there was no tomorrow. Those huge engines it had on it, it showed up, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah,
on
it's,
here.
it's always going to be my favorite jet fighter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is beautiful. It's beautiful. That
I
shit
mean,
is out of this world, man.
absolutely beautiful plane, but in today's day and age, it has no place, you know, up against modern day fighters.
You would have to be one fucking badass pilot in a war game to take down today's fucking high-tech jets against a fucking regular old fucking F-14.
Yeah.
You would have to be amazing behind that fucking stick.
Yeah.
Well,
The
today's, you know, the big thing with like Raptors will see you 600 miles away and they will just drop missiles and hightail it out.
Yeah.
They don't even have to see their target. They just lock on, drop missile, and they're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you got to admit, that's really funny. You really ought to go home now. And they're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's a Maverick thing. That's a Maverick and Goose thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like they're communicating.
Yeah, and the thing that gets me is I don't understand why people are so uptight, unless it's agenda. But if you're really uptight over Trump saying we're pulling our fucking men out of there, we no longer need to be over there. We're natural fucking resource producers ourselves now. We're good. You know what I mean? You guys fight your own war. We're wasting fucking money here. If you guys really need help, and we see that you're in dire need, then we will send some fucking troops. I understand that. Get them out of there. There's no more need for fucking lives, young lives. I mean,
when there's nothing changing.
Nothing.
You know, the naivete of people like Condoleezza Rice, who's a brilliant woman, never had any real world experience, will turn Afghanistan into a republic and a democracy. Oh.
No, we won't.
Oh, okay, Condi. In what dimension did you get that from? You know, you can't do that. You know, and we were right to pat the Shah on the back. He kept the weirdos in check. We were right to leave, you know, Saddam in power because, you know, we wouldn't have ISIS. You know, he kept a lid on you know, Iran had its was preoccupied with him, you know, and as much as I hated Saddam, you know, there was something about keeping him contained while he's, you know, getting the Ayatollah's attention. That's kind of nice about it.
Well, you know, the one thing with what's going on, the whole focus in the world now has been taken off countries like Libya,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Egypt,
Yeah.
you know, your northern, you know, African countries up there. The entire focus has been taken off of what's going on in these countries. You know, all
Yeah.
you're hearing now is Iran and Iraq. And
Well, yeah, yeah. There was a big conference about Libya, what's been going on, and Egypt. I mean, they're back to where they were. They have a strong arm dictator, and we're all happy now. You know, who basically lets people do what they want, who keeps a lid on the weirdos.
Yeah.
You know, they're opening like 160 new Christian churches.
Yeah.
In Egypt, and that's fine. I mean, you know, we knew an Egyptian general when we were here at the War College, Abu. Oh God, what was his name? I can't remember him. He looked like the bad guy from Romancing the Stone.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about
Yeah.
Omar
Nice
Sharif.
guy.
He looked like
Yeah,
Omar
yeah.
Sharif. Yeah.
That wasn't Omar Sharif. That was somebody else. But he looked like that guy. Very nice guy. Very, very. He threw a hell of a party. I mean, he, you know, yeah, the guy you think is strict Muslim and he's drinking scotch. It's like, we can talk. And I tell you, Rudy said you don't want to be a prisoner and end up with him. And he meant it. I mean, you know, nice guy. Rudy had mentioned I wanted to go see because I'm interested in Egyptian archaeology and their history. And he gave a tourist book and we talked a little bit about it. Very nice guy. But he was, but kind of weird, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of. Abu Saida, that was his name, General Abu Saida. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, he retired and probably going. He's probably helping General Salisi. What's his name? General Salisi.
Yeah.
I guess clean up what Obama and the rest of them let happen in Egypt after Mubarak was kicked out.
Yeah, I have to agree with what Mala's saying here. Invading Iraq was some dumb shit that Saddam kept Iran in check. And you know what? That whole propaganda with the WMDs and all that shit, I knew it was fake. I knew that shit. It was just an excuse to just go and get oil. Because if you really take a look at now their resumes, all of them guys, they all are oil tycoons. They're all oil tycoons, all of them.
I believe to a very good extent he kept the locals in line.
We shouldn't have invaded Iraq. We should have invaded Syria.
Exactly, because first of all, he wasn't doing anything to us, man, at that time.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go and get Osama bin Laden if Osama bin Laden did do 9/11, which I doubt he did. Like I said, all that shit connects. It connects. I feel that it was brought down by our fucking government under that presidency, under that, you know what I'm saying? Only to make that excuse to go to Iraq. Because if you notice, it makes no fucking sense to say when Obama came into office, so we're not going to worry about Pakistan and, we're going to go to Iraq instead.
Well,
I mean, that shit was crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, why are we going over there? Why? We got to go this way.
Actually, there was some evidence that Saddam did give some training to the 9/11 terrorists. I'm not sure if it was real or not. My brother-in-law was one that helped develop it. There were WMDs there. New York Times actually just had a story out a few months ago because guys were getting sick from it.
I do believe he did gas his own people, and for that,
and he had some. Yeah. He did give it. He did give as much as he could to Syria. As far as who did 9/11.
Let me comment on this comment here. Koran bread. I grew up fearing the Soviet Union as a kid, believing nukes were real. Now that all this time has passed, and no one has been nuked, I can't believe they exist because all these governments are evil. Well, I will say this much: nuclear weapons do exist. I have my hands have been on nuclear weapons. They have actually touched nuclear weapons. I have been around depleted uraniums. God knows how much. Um, some doctors blame my lupus on all the depleted uranium that I was around. I have seen stockpiles of nuclear weapons. We have plenty of nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
The famous general once said, if nuclear weapons are ever used, then they will have failed in their primary purpose.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
Yep.
And as far as 9/11 goes, all you had to do is trace the history of Al Qaeda. First off, have former Congressman Dana Rohrabacher tell you about going to Afghanistan in the 80s during the Afghan-Russian war, and he was going along with his guys. He was doing a study for the Reagan administration. He was going along with his guys. He said, "Well, there's a camp. We can go there." And they said, "No, you can't." And why? And he goes, "Those are the Arabs. They're run by a guy named Osama bin Laden, and he hates you guys more than he hates the Russians." All right. Khobar barracks in Saudi Arabia, Al Qaeda. Mogadishu, Al Qaeda. The embassies in Tunisia and Kenya, Al Qaeda. The Cole, Al Qaeda. It took about 5 or 6 years for not Ramzi Youssef, but Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and these disparate teams that they had all over the world. Because the thing about bin Laden, he wasn't stupid like ISIS. He's not fucking a slob about this shit.
Right.
He wasn't a slob. They would come into the camps and then they would get their missions and they would disappear, work on what they were supposed to do. We were allowing people like Muhammad Atta and others to come in and learn how to fly airplanes.
Mhm.
We don't want to land. We just want to learn how to fly.
Also-
No red flags went up. This is in the 90s. It took them 5 years, and this was after the Bochinko incident, where they were planning on blowing up multitudes of airliners over the Pacific.
Yeah.
They also tried to kill the Pope, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I got to give his simple political savvy credit, and I don't want to give him credit for anything, but we have never been as divided in this country as we have since 9/11, period.
We
Yep.
haven't.
Yep.
And the thing about it is they planned this to a T. They planned it. So anybody saying it was an inside job, no, it wasn't. There's a movie, if you could watch it, and I know the story about this because I read the book. I've got the book about John O'Neill. Go look him up on Google. John O'Neill was the FBI's counter-terrorist chief. He had lost his job. He was basically the head of all security at Tower 1, the World Trade Center. He knew everything there was to know about bin Laden. The movie that Disney will never let us see again, The Path to 9/11, is all about what happened and how they got there. You want to blame anybody in the U.S. government, you look right at Bill Clinton and say, if you hadn't had your dick all the way down Monica Lewinsky's throat, did your job when General Grissom asked you for spooky gunships and Apache helicopters when Mogadishu was going on, we wouldn't have this problem.
They had him in the scopes, and he said no.
Yeah, they had bin Laden in the scopes, but that
Yeah.
was after.
Yeah.
That was in Afghanistan. This is in Africa in 1993. They get him. General Grissom was pissed beyond all recognition about that, but it went on and on and on. It was a political. They made it a political decision. What the difference between Bill Clinton and let's throw a W in there, W, and Donald Trump is when he uses the military, it's not a political decision. He doesn't give a damn. What is best for the country? Taking this guy out will save lives. Will it save lives? And what he thinks about is what it looks like down the road. All right. These guys never did that. Bill Clinton didn't give a shit. Give a shit. The coal gets sunk, and he's like, I mean, we lose both of those embassies, and we're like, okay, we know who did it. We know now he's in Afghanistan because Somalia kicked him out. And I'm talking about bin Laden. And it's like, so, and this was my favorite part of The Path to 9/11 because Danny Wahlberg played the CIA agent. He's on the phone. He's talking to the CIA headquarters in Langley. He's talking to somebody else at the Pentagon, Sandy Berger, and the NSA. Sandy Berger is sitting there, and he just hangs up and walks away. They had Bin Laden in the scope. They could have killed him right there.
Yeah,
All right.
and he
So-
told him to stand down.
Yeah. Well, he just didn't give any orders at all. So they're standing there going, what the fuck do we do? Bin Laden trots away and we lose, you know.
Hey, Steph, look, John's true nature has. He got a bike helmet on. What the fuck, dude?
Dude, all this talk of nukes, man, putting something on my head.
Bro, Karan had a question for you, John. Check it out. Check out the screen. Check out the banner.
Have I ever seen one go boom? No, of course not.
He says, I still got my hair, motherfucker.
Around
Karan,
62.
I'm gonna say something. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and look at the testing videos. You don't, and for them to test them, they don't have to blow them up anymore.
No.
Right? Blowing one
They
up.
do them in Collider labs now.
Yeah. So, you don't really need to see one go boom. You don't want one to go boom either. You don't want a dirty one to go boom. You don't, the one that blew up Hiroshima was a very tiny.
Small. It was
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, the one
Let
that
me
blew
explain something about nuclear weapons. What we used in Japan, they were called atomic weapons.
Yeah.
They were A bombs.
Yeah.
What we use now are what's called H bombs, hydrogen bombs.
Yeah.
The payload that's on just one nuclear submarine. Nuclear submarines carry from 6 at a minimum to 20 nuclear missiles at a time.
Wow.
The payload on those things, you're talking 100 megaton H bomb.
Damn.
All right. One
Man.
100 megaton H bomb could level a small country.
Yeah.
The way these work, okay, they're not what you think of like with conventional bombs. They don't come flying over, strike the ground, and explode. That's not how they work. They get about 3 miles above their designated target, and then they're triggered. What that does, it does maximum damage because immediately when that bomb's triggered, you have the blast of the chemical reaction. It goes straight down, and whatever's below it, as soon as it hits the ground, everything within like a 50-mile radius is instantly just vaporized. I mean, it is just absolutely, it's atomized. That's the best way to put it.
That and one ICBM rocket had what you call MIRV warheads, which that's multiple reentry vehicles, meaning it's got a bunch of little warheads that separate and do a much more balanced and extended blast radius when they're set off.
That's just the blast. That's just the blast itself. Then you get the outward flow of the gases, the gamma radiation, which blows for about a good 100 miles from ground zero where it hits. It incinerates everything. Then you get the shock wave that starts knocking everything down, 50 miles outside of that.
Yeah.
Then, and it happens that fast. And as soon as that happens, everything gets sucked right back up into it. All the debris, everything that was exploded, you name it, it gets sucked right back up and it goes up into the mushroom cloud. And this is where the most deadly part of nuclear weapon comes from. Yeah, it's devastating from the explosion, but it goes up, it gets irradiated, and then it falls out all over the place. And that irradiation of everything is what causes long-term cancer, sickness. It destroys water supplies. It destroys crops. I mean, yeah, you can drop a nuke on a city and destroy the city, but that's not the ramification that comes from it. It's the because the winds will blow that irradiated material out for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, and it will just fall.
Yep. You know, it's funny. There's a novel called Memorial Day, and it was written by Vince Flynn. You want to read about terrorists getting their hands on dirty bombs and actually small nukes? It's scary as shit. And
Yeah.
it's one of those books that George W. Bush actually asked Vince Flynn, "Who have you been talking to?" Because it's real. It's true to life. It's scary as shit.
Yeah.
But and there's a reason why we don't want North Korea to have them. We don't want Iran to have them, because it's not necessarily you want to actually destroy a city. If you were to blow up a big enough nuke above Kansas, you would cause what they call an EMP.
Yeah.
And it would destroy the electronic, everything. We wouldn't be able to talk on our phones. The power would go out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that alone would be devastating enough. They killed millions of people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
That is the shit hits the fan scenario.
wow. I tell you right now, if anything's going to be something as to apocalyptic with like zombie or anything like that, I don't think it's going to be anything as to what George A. Romero has shown us. I think it's going to be more like a 28 days later virus, where it's going to be like a rabies sort of thing. You know, I mean, it's already happening now. You guys seen it, right? You know, made from designer drugs. You know, I think those things is basically going to be a virus that's going to spread as soon as they try to hit us with, if they ever do hit us with an EMP, because that's going to take out. Yeah, it's going to. Yeah, right after that, right after the EMP, they're going to launch some dirty bomb shit that's going to have some fucking chemical.
They're going to try, but anybody who would do that, let's say like it was North Korea, it would no longer exist. I mean,
right.
We've got. I mean, China would be going, oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because they don't want it to happen either.
Yeah.
They can sit there and act like we want a Chinese hegemony in the Pacific, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but you have to trade with us, bitch. You know, your money's tied up in ours, and our money's you. So guess what? We're talking. You know, if there's a war and your little buddy down in the north causes it, you're the one that gets hurt. We're the ones that get pissed off, because our economy will eventually recover. Yours won't.
Yep, that's right.
And that's fact. I mean, but I just, but that's what I'll tell you to do this. Go on YouTube when we're done. Go to not Sam Donaldson. It was the guy who used to do 2020, the guy with the hair. God, what was his name? Anyway, he was talking about the thing that scared him the most and why he started getting extra food and emergency food for his family.
Yeah.
Because the general sat him down and told him about this. And he said it scared the shit out of him.
Wow.
Why do you think we've got storage.
Yeah.
We've got plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we hoard things. You know what I'm talking about too. Because something happens where it's bad enough where people are starving, they're gonna go after each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's why that's why you hoard ammunition, food, and emergency supplies and all the rest of that stuff, is because you could have a tornado, you could have a bad winter storm, or
the purge could happen.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un could do something really stupid, or one of the Khomeini could do something stupid, and the military's out wiping their asses off the map. Meanwhile, the people at home are suffering, and you got gangs of people marauding looking for food, and they don't give a shit if you're the fellow American. Their kids are starving.
Korean bread here is saying uranium is held at an artificially low price on the stock market. But let me tell you something about uranium. Uranium that is just mined,
uranium,
and held by itself is it is radioactive, but it's not something you can just put in a weapon. You have to enrich uranium to make it lethal, and
you got to piss on it.
It's a big process to enrich uranium. But then what you do, you turn uranium into plutonium. That's you make uranium into plutonium. That's what weapon grade uranium is. It's plutonium.
And
Yeah.
plutonium is what generates the 1.21 gigawatts. Like Bernie Sanders doing Doc Brown. What the fuck?
That's,
Yeah, it is a labor intensive process to
yeah. Yeah.
enrich uranium, but you have no idea how hard it is to actually make the chemical reaction to split the atom. Though I mean, it's not something that can go off accidentally.
The fucking Hadron Collider in fucking Sweden.
You
The
know,
one that has the one that has been distorting all of this fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Continuum shit. That
know.
they got it.
the Russians are so famous for dropping that 50 megaton bomb, but
Yeah.
Frankly, the Trinity test is far more horrific to me because of what happened with the deuterium making that explosion like almost twice as large as they thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Corinne, if you want to learn a little bit about the history of how this happened, go and look up the Manhattan Project, and you're going to find out something that's really effing scary. That we were very, very close to being beaten by Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
That they were very close to developing their own nuclear bomb, and they were developing finally a 4-engine bomber. They called it the Messerschmitt New York. That would have been able to fly across the Atlantic.
Messerschmitt.
So
yeah,
you know, when you look at that history, you look up Enrico Fermi, Albert Einstein had a lot to do with this. You know, and all the rest of these guys, and what's his face,
you'll find several Nazi scientists got pardons too for helping us with that.
Yeah, because they came and helped us because they were terrified of the Russians. And what was the doctor who was when they were in Arizona, and I can't remember. Yeah, Oppenheimer. You know, we read about those guys. Read about them because it's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a show on Amazon Prime called Man in the High Castle. Fucking great. It supposes a divided United States. The Pacific Northwest is owned by Japan. The East Coast is owned by Nazi Germany, and the middle is kind of just like a no man's land. But they postulate that it all came into being by the Nazis using a quote Heisenberg device.
Yeah.
On Washington D.C.
Yeah, and it, you know, they were close. I'm not kidding. I mean, and the first test that they did, they actually, you know, there were questions: were they going to blow up the entire planet if they'd let it off? You know, and that was, do we really want to do this? I mean, you know, you're playing with God right now.
Yeah, like
because really, when you think about it, that's who does this stuff.
And yes, Mala, that was Bikini Atoll.
Yeah. But the ones in Arizona, and then they made Fat Man a little boy, and then they went and used them on Japan. And what I loved about it is that we at least were quiet enough not to let everybody know we only had 2.
Yeah.
You know, because we didn't have any more than that.
Yeah.
They stopped the war cold, but what a lot of people don't realize, we did more damage in Japan by carpet bombing than what we did with the nuclear weapons that we dropped.
Carpet bombing.
The dropping incendiaries over wooden houses.
Yep.
You know, and when you read about the firebombing of Dresden, that fire will actually suck people up into it.
Yep.
It's a vacuum. I mean, it gets so hot, it just, you know.
If you were living in that area, you got the fuck out. There was no, or you died.
Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah, you had to, you ran.
I mean, I'm sure it sucked for the civilians. Nobody wants to lose their home, but.
Well, you know, I always think about it. World War II really is really the only war that I can think of that civilians were a target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we were that cities and factories, of course, but civilian centers were a target, and that's how savage it was. Um, I think about all the things that my father saw and my uncles. It's like, oh my God. And we weren't the ones that first did it. It was the Nazis who did it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say something about this. The Russians were as bad or worse.
Mhm.
2 million German women were raped on the march into Berlin by Russians. I'm not proud of them being an ally on that thing, because if one of our guys was caught doing a war crime, they got in trouble. I mean, that wasn't a habitual thing that happened, and we did have guys do some really stupid shit, but that was just whole scale disgust. And that part of Germany, actually the part of the world, even going into Poland, I remember thinking it was so dreary and drab, and it's because of what happened 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And other shit was going on. The atrocities Japan was committing in China.
Yep.
Japan was also coming up with a lot of scary shit at the end.
Yeah.
We had to put a stop to. That includes both experimentation on human beings and certain military equipment.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the only thing that helped us with Japan is that they had to go out and get their natural resources because they didn't have any.
Yep.
I mean, think about the Japanese Zero. I think its wings were covered with cloth. I mean, fast plane, maneuverable plane, but if it got hit by a 30 caliber bullet, it was gone.
Yeah, but the beauty was they built the biggest battleships that have ever existed, the Yamato and the Shirano, and they were both amazing targets for aircraft carriers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But, could you imagine, though, being one of the admirals for Japan during the Battle of Midway, right?
No, I couldn't.
And two of the carriers that were supposed to have been knocked out around Australia show up.
Yeah.
Is like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Like.
All four of those carriers that had actually at Midway actually took part in Pearl Harbor, and they all got dumped.
Yeah.
All of them. It's like, yo, bitch, come try that again. I mean, that.
We actually irradiated and sunk a lot of our famous battleships in all that nuclear testing too. To bring it back around to that, I'm actually very disappointed that the USS Pennsylvania, the only sister ship to the mighty Arizona, was sunk in such a nuclear test.
Yep.
It's really sad that she wasn't saved.
You know what's so weird? Battleships, I look at them as like this. They could be used, they could be attached to the Marine Corps and used to protect landings. Those big 16-inch guns could be used to prepare the landing beaches. The guys could use them. There's no point. I know there's no point to them. Yes, there is a point to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Warfare has changed now. It has. Yeah. When you've got jets that can pummel beaches for you ahead of time, and you've got things like Tomahawk missiles that can hit within meters of a target. Warfare has completely changed from just lobbing a shell, onto the shoreline.
I don't know why the Wisconsin and
Steph, try walking around. You're lagging, and we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even your face.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. There's no reason for the Wisconsin, the Iowa, the New Jersey, and of course the ship we had our wedding reception on, Missouri, to be mocked. If there's a use for it, guys can still use it. And I really think there's some arrogance with a lot of the air deals, the guys that fly. And it's like, fine, you can tell if there's
You're breaking up again, Steph.
All right. Well, okay. Because I'm getting tired.
Well, let me ask this, Miss Koran bread. Where are you from? I've been reduced to only believing that which I can see for myself. Let me ask you first, where are you from? Because I've got stories that I've shared with everyone here on the panel, and I've been very upfront in coming with people that I've shared on our channels here about believing in much more than what we can see, because I would not be alive right now if I didn't have faith, in a much higher power than us. I there should be 4 or 5 times I should be dead just from being in Iraq alone, where I definitely had angels, that saved my life, and that's Iraq. I was in Afghanistan, I was in Georgia, and other various places I can't talk about. And I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is a God, and there was a God looking after me. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't have a God looking after me. Plain and simple, every night when I go to bed, I can't thank him enough for keeping me alive. I mean, and y'all have heard my stories,
Oh, Los Angeles. Okay. Okay. Well, Corinne, that's all fine and everything, but John is right in that. And I'm telling you history. I'm telling you facts. Okay, look it up.
Also, you cited Japan. Look up the original images that came from the media from that time, where the original what's Fireball Flash actually made really creepy shadow echoes of people on the ground that got burned alive, like instantly incinerated, but their shadow was still burned into the building behind them.
Well, you know what's even scarier though is Russia could do it to us in a heartbeat. You don't have to explode a nuclear weapon on land to get the desired effect that you want. Let's say you want to take out New York City. You detonate 3 or 4 nukes, up along the shelf line, and it causes so much water to rush in that you would have tsunamis, that would be, 80-foot high from the explosions themselves. They would decimate the entire East Coast if they lined their nukes correctly and detonate them underwater.
That'd be crazy, man. That would be nuts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
So,
all right.
Thanks, Steph. All right. Good night, Steph. Definitely. Thank you.
See you later.
Definitely. Yeah, man. It's crazy out there, man. The history, man. The shit we've been through, and the things that we, most of us have seen, like John. I mean, these are things that we just have to be in a fucked up way, but we have to be thankful for. That we've been through them things, because that's what, you know what I mean. That's what gives us that that awakening, the reality of shit is real. You know what I mean? Like it is real.
Well, I will say this much too. As bad as things are in the U.S., going and seeing, Afghanistan and Iraq and these places like this where they just don't give a shit about life, man. It makes you so thankful to come home to the U.S. where we actually do have freedom, where we can pray however we want to pray, and if you don't believe in God and you don't want to pray, you don't have to pray. You can live your life how you want to live it here. And that right there, is you have no idea until you leave here how wonderful that is. I mean, in Saudi Arabia, they crucify people for being gay, man. They put them, on trees and put spikes in their hands till they die on a damn tree. I know you've heard the stories of people being pushed off buildings, but dude, being crucified's no joke, dude.
Yeah, man, that's shit, man. Dislocation of the wrist, the ankles, you know,
I'd like to
the
take
height.
a different angle, if I may. Um, we are at you are at the point in history that you're at. It's just the luck of the draw. But if you think back on all the fucked up things people had to endure for us to get to this amazing point in history,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
try and appreciate the era you're in for what it is. And I've got to remind myself of that every single day.
Yeah.
Especially when I start bitching right after I get out of bed.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
and I'll tell you, there is nothing that pisses me off more than the people that will burn the American flag or disrespect, our freedoms in any which way possible. Like that video that MAIZE sent to me of that damn college students talking about, I don't believe in the Constitution as a legal document right now. I about hit the damn roof when I read that. when I watched that video, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I about, dude, the military man came just in me. I'm like, dude, if I had some little college kid say that, I would smack his ass down right then and there. I'd be like, motherfucker, this is justice right here.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck that. Hell yeah. Man, I like to say what's up to Eric Doe, Karam Britt, everybody, man. Mala, everybody on the panel as well, man. Thanks, man. Yo, we're having a good time. We've got about maybe 20 more minutes, man, within the show. And well, I found this little thing, man. You guys out there remember this? John, once I show you this, you're gonna bug the fuck out.
All
You
right.
guys remember this thing?
Hell yeah. Dude,
Remember that thing? Remember this thing, guys?
I must have played with one for like 5 hours straight. I must have just got one side correctly.
Yeah.
I can never solve that bitch.
This thing is the most entertaining thing. I mean, I'm 45 and I'm still, fucking with this. My wife, she had gotten this right for herself, and for some reason it wound up with me, of course. And like I've been fucking just basically, and I still remember the pattern. You know what I mean? I can do this in under 5 minutes. I mean, I'm not that fast. I can do it under 5 minutes. I remember the pattern, and I remember I got so frustrated when I was younger that I took this, because remember, they were stickers before they were stickers. Remember, now it's not stickers. Now they're like cubes indented and shit. Like if you take a look, but it's still a Rubik's Cube. It moves like it too. It's got that trick action, it moves all over the damn place. But and I used to take the stickers off and then just fucking take the other ones off and light them up and shit and say, I did the fucking puzzle.
Yep.
But yeah, man, this thing here, man. This was created in what, 81, I think it was, or 83?
Somewhere around there.
And this was the fad. This was the shit. This was crazy, man. Everybody, what's up, Red Glove Militant? What's going on, brother?
When was the Rubik's Cube launched?
Oh, we're gonna get some Rubik's Cube history, man. Everybody in the chat section, man. What was your favorite toy playing with growing up, man?
81.
81. Yep. That's what I said. 81. Definitely. Thank you, John. Thank you for the clarification there, brother. Eric though says 43 brothers. 43 brothers. I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely, man. Hell yeah. Red Glove says that's that cube. Yeah, I take the stickers off and I put them on, all matching. Yep. No doubt, bro. No doubt.
My dad read a book on how to resolve them, and he could do them like over a period of messing with them for a couple of hours. But those kids, that if you look them up on YouTube, like the world record's like 5.66 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
We get into some conspiracy shit. I mean, I'm kind of wondering like what's in our Wheaties today. These kids can fucking think like that fast. They know the algorithm so well they can resolve a scrambled Rubik's Cube in 5.66 seconds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, Eric Doak says his favorite toy, growing up, his favorite toy was G.I. Joe. Here. That was one of my favorites.
Love some G.I. Joe, but as you see behind me, it's everywhere. Transformers, more than meets the eye,
Yep. John, John's a Transformer head, man. Definitely. Karan says the Evil Knievel stunt bike. Wow, I remember that. You put him in there, you wind him up and shit, and then you pop it, and he's the guy. He goes with the wheelie.
That was a
Yeah.
cool toy, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Even Knievel was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. We don't have stuntmen like that anymore, man.
No more.
I
The
mean-
last. No more. I think the last of them was a what? Super Dave, right? Was it?
Hell, some
Super Dave Osborne.
yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Super Dave and Evil Knievel Jr. or something like that. That was it.
yeah. But yeah, we don't have those people that will ride bikes over 100 buses, you know, and jump a Shark Tank, you know. And
Hell yeah.
I'll you know, stuff like that. I was always rooting for them to fall in a Shark Tank or something, you know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mala says, I enjoyed all my Star Wars toys. Hell yeah. The retro Star Wars, man, with the fucking lightsabers that were in their fucking forearms.
Yep.
Hell yeah, Mala.
Those in
Mala.
the closet in Texas, an old Force lightsaber. It had the cross pattern thing at the end whistled when you swung it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's as retro as you get right there.
Oh, there we have it, man.
1978.
Let him go. Stay on the leader.
Let him go. Stay on the leader.
Stay on the leader. But I don't have the missiles in there.
Luke,
But
I am your father's nephew's uncle's great grandfather's roommate. Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh man. Mala says my Steve Austin toy with the arm that can lift things with it and the bionic eye. Yes, I remember the Steve Austin toy, man. You know, you can get the Steve Austin toy and the Bionic Woman toy and the fucking Oscar Goldman toy and the fucking Bigfoot toy for $100. The retro ones.
yeah.
And I think I'm gonna get me that set. I'm gonna have all of them kicking Bigfoot in the nuts. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. I remember when Kiss, the rock band, they released their fucking their line of toys and shit. I remember the Michael Jackson doll.
Mhm.
That shit from Galoob, the Michael Jackson doll. That shit was a boy's fucking straight. That was a boy's Barbie.
Yep.
The thing was that you couldn't dress him up in the big 12-inch G.I. Joe figures outfits because Mike didn't look right in them. Like, what soldier had jerry curls?
Yeah. Well, like, let's see. Let me move the camera. Can we see my Vader back there?
Oh yeah. Hold on,
Okay.
let me bring it in. There we go.
That I got in Mexico. And when I go down for the cruise in September, I'm hoping to get some more stuff like this that's Star Wars because I picked that up for $15. And I'm going to make sure I have plenty of room in my suitcase so I can get like a Luke Skywalker or Chewbacca or C-3PO or something because that's the 18-inch figure, hand sculpted. You know, I'm hoping to get like 3 or 4 of them when I'm down there.
Did he come with a lightsaber?
No, didn't come with a lightsaber, but I mean,
You've got to fabricate one, man. Wow, look at that. You've definitely got to fabricate a lightsaber in his hand, man. Or at least the hilt and put it on his waist. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a badass Vader, man.
But I love it, man. Even his cape.
Yeah, that shit just flows. That shit just flows. That's beautiful.
But
I am your father.
The Chewie they had. The Chewie was badass.
Yeah. Wow, man. That shit is nice. And what was the price tag on that?
$15.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh man, I would have probably bought like 6 or 7 of them joints.
I would have. I had
Different, like the different ones, yeah. Yeah, they couldn't fit, huh?
Yeah,
Fuck it, I would have invested in one.
yeah,
I would have went to one of them cheap Chinese pop shops and bought like a big ass suitcase for like fucking $20.
yeah.
You know?
It was the first cruise we had ever been on, so
Yeah.
didn't know any better. You know,
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Did you guys see any movies lately? Any new movies?
there's not really been anything out.
Well, I saw Bad Boys 3, the new one.
Yeah,
That was pretty okay. And when I say okay, I emphasize on the word okay. Like it was okay. I don't think it has the feel of the last two, or the first two. I also saw Ip Man 4, which is a martial arts movie with Danny Yun. It's excellent. It's the life story of Bruce Lee's master.
yeah.
And this was the last chapter. Ip Man 4 was great. I strongly recommend anyone go check the movies out. And what else did I fucking see? Man, I saw so many fucking movies, man. It'll come to me. But there are a couple of movies out there that are that are dropping that are pretty good. Did you see Frozen? Did you get to see Frozen too?
I watched half of it. I was watching it through, the Fire Stick, pirating it. It was such bad quality that I had to shut it off.
Yeah.
I'll wait till they put a better version on where I can actually sit down and watch it because, like I said, if someone filming it in the theater and it just looked so bad, I just couldn't watch it. So
you saw one of the low quality ones?
yeah,
Fuck it. It works. Hey, that works.
Watching Tron Legacy, I need to finish it. I actually like where it's going.
Yeah. It's pretty good, man.
Well, it amazes me that in the case of Tron, of course, that Disney actually approached a sequel with a good plan in place.
yeah. Well, that was made before Bob Iger came on. So
Was it?
yeah.
That makes sense. But what did I start watching the other day? Netflix, The 100. Don't watch it. It's a fucking teeny bopper sci-fi.
Yeah, I tried watching it, and it was bad. I'm telling you, if you have Netflix, you've got to watch Raising Dion. You've got to watch it.
That was on my list.
Yeah, it's got a twist in it where you're like, what the?
Watch Black Summer. Go watch Black Summer.
I did. It was okay.
I loved it.
Good.
I loved the way that the action was. Like it picked up from from the situations that all tied into one.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit was great, bro. I don't know. I'm waiting for the second season, man.
I mean, I thought it was just okay.
The zombies fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, the zombies were great, man. But
this is just pop out of nowhere.
The story was lacking, but I got to say that one person that just got ejected from the car,
the Japanese girl, man. Oh yeah. Fuck, bro.
Well, a friend is going to loan me his CBS All Access credentials for Thursday, so I will report in on what I see on Picard. If I don't get past the first episode, that'll be
Dude, everything I looked at so far, I was excited when it first got announced. I was like, okay, this might actually be pretty good, right? I'm looking at it now like this is going to suck because they're talking it's going to be full of politics. And they're talking about now that Fleet Command can't be trusted and that the Federation is corrupt. You can't do that to Star Trek.
Yeah, it's like they want to make it
politics and shit or narrative in it.
Or like they want to make it J.J. Abrams like fucked up version of the future where everything goes bad.
Yeah.
Star Trek was about like idealistic stuff. I mean, it may not have been realistic necessarily, but it was one looking at the future from one point of view, and now they're trying to corrupt it just like they did Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, Star Trek always, you look at the future with hope because during the days of like the next generation. They had beat hunger. There's no such thing as money anymore. People live in harmony, and you can't just tear that away from Star Trek. Also,
and I'll be the first to say it. Star Trek was, when in its heyday, it was inherently liberal, but it's the good liberal. It's not the liberal that exists today.
Right.
So
I mean, they're it's a good thing every once in a while to challenge the times, and put something into programming that makes you go like, wow, they actually did that, But today's day and age, what they put into programming isn't like, wow, they did that. It's like beating you over the head over and over and over, with you're going to accept homosexuality. You're going to accept, that people have different pronouns. You're going to accept it. And America is like, screw you. We are tuning out,
Gene Roddenberry, if what they do with Trek is any indicator what they'll do with Lucas after he's gone, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's gonna suck, Scotty. It's gonna be a piece of crap.
Well, there is good news though. I don't know how many people were fans of God, what was it called? Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek show.
Orville.
Yeah, I love the Orville. Right.
Shit is hilarious. Yeah.
The Orville is a beautiful modern cross between the Next Generation and the original Buck Rogers from the 81.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when they bought Fox, Orville was part of Fox, right? Seth MacFarlane retained 100% ownership of the Orville because that was his show. He had 100% ownership to it. And he's basically told Disney to stick it, and he's moving over to NBC, and they've given him 100%. Do whatever you want with the show. It's yours.
Nice. That's gonna be awesome. Mala says Captain Kirk will be a woman.
Well, hell, I'll tell you this much: if Disney's going to have their way and make Revan a damn woman, man, I'm telling you, man, Craig's going to march down there just by himself and kill them all.
I think that's when Craig will pull away totally from Star Wars, pull his stocks. He'll just say, "Fuck you guys." You know what I mean? A lot of people did with when they did that to Luke. They already knew the shit was gonna crash and burn. This ends the stream, guys. You know what I mean? I want to thank you guys as well as the guys in the chat, man. We'll come back sometime this week. You guys be safe tomorrow, man. It's a holiday. I'm only sure most guys are going to be resting tomorrow. If you are, that's great. Enjoy. You know what I mean? Those that are going to be at the plantation, remember, fucking Lubriderm and and just be good. But definitely, anybody want to say something before we step off?
I'm good, and check me out on my channel, The Star Wars Dad. I'm about to make another channel because my main channel, The Star Wars Dad, it is very family oriented. I keep it very, very PG. I don't know what I'm going to name the next channel, but I am going to do some hard-hitting exposés on that channel. I'm going to talk about like what it's like to be a black man in America, what it's like to actually go through gay re-education. 3, I'll have interviews. I'll get an extreme liberal and a white supremacist together on the same channel and have a debate. Anything goes, and opinions, that's what they are. As long as we can debate and everybody, agrees to respect each other, it'll be a good time.
Oh yeah, definitely. MAIZE, you want to say anything?
Just good night.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night, man. It's been great. Everybody in the chat, man. All my fellas, definitely alphas. Have a good night. Be careful, man. See you within the week. Peace.
Good night, guys.